In the name of Allah, good evening and welcome to this hour's news. I am Suleiman Talash. Maulavi Zabihullah Mujahid, spokesman of the Islamic Emirate, in a meeting with domestic and foreign media officials at the Government Information and Media Center, made a complete statement about TOPI, optical fiber, railway, TOP and other important and fundamental projects. He presented the information and asked the media officials to cooperate for better coverage and reflection of the mentioned projects. Mr. Mujahid insisted that the media should hold analytic discussions with some experts about the economic and social importance of these projects in order to make citizens more aware of the value and importance of these projects. Sheikh Hamdullah Nomani, the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, met with Said Muqaddim Amin, the head of Khawar Building Company. In this meeting, there was a discussion about the progress, problems, and solution of the ongoing construction works in New Kabul City. Said Muqaddim Amin, head of Khawar Building Company, said that they have been working on the related land according to the plan and map. Sheikh Hamdullah Nomani, the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, said that the technical committee will evaluate the work done, determine its social, legal, and economic value, point out the shortcomings, and find solutions, further develop the affairs, and will consider appropriate ways for development. It's worth mentioning that the construction work in New Kabul City is going rapidly, and it is expected that more investors will invest in this area in the near future. Naqibullah Ahmadi, the ambassador of the Islamic Emirate to Malaysia and the first political director of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mufti Nur Ahmad Nur, met with Dr. Dato Muhammad Nasim Mukhtar, the Minister of Religious Affairs of Malaysia. In addition to Afghanistan's security, political, and economic situation, a number of other topics were also discussed in this meeting. The United Nations Organization for the Coordination of Humanitarian Aid, OCHA, announced Norway's donation of $1,800,000 to Afghanistan. Officials of the Ministry of Economy of Islamic Emirate consider the help of the international community to be effective in reducing poverty and want these countries to make efforts to remove the sanctions imposed on the Islamic Emirate. More details in the report.
United Nations Organization for the Coordination of Humanitarian Aid, OCHA, on Sunday, by publishing a message on its X page, said that Norway has donated nearly $2 million to Afghanistan Humanitarian Fund. OCHA, while welcoming Norway's new aid, said that this country has donated 189 million Norwegian kron to Afghanistan Humanitarian Fund in the last 10 years. With this, the Ministry of Economy of the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan welcomes this donation and wants the donor countries to remove the restriction imposed on Afghans.
The basic solution for a positive change in economic situation is for the international community to take part in the removing restrictions along with humanitarian aid and providing employment opportunities for people through development aid in line and with economic priorities. Starting development projects and providing job opportunities will soon make Afghans economically self-reliant.
Experts also say that although the aid of the international community is effective in the short term, the international community should pay attention to the construction of infrastructure and the provision of work land for Afghans.
They have worked on such projects like TOPI project, in which they have helped the gas pipeline from Turkmenistan to Afghanistan, then to Pakistan, then to India, and then to the world. They should start working on other projects such as in electricity, roads, hospitals, agriculture, and our livestock.
Before this, OCHA had announced the aid of $303 million from the United States and the United Kingdom to Afghans Humanitarian Fund. This international foundation has asked donor organizations and countries to provide more aid in order to reach the humanitarian crisis in Afghanistan.
The Deputy Minister of Culture and Arts of the Ministry of Information and Culture visited the ancient gem minaret in Gaur province. The Deputy Minister of Culture and Arts of the Ministry of Information and Culture said that technical teams consisting of several ministries have been established to reconstruct and strengthen the gem minaret in Gaur province. Officials of the Ministry of Labour and Social Affairs say that last year, 74,738 people graduated from technical and vocational education, and 122,136 domestic and foreign citizens were given work licenses. The ministry also adds that it's determined to provide employment to 1.5 million people by establishing a national labor conference and signing 15 agreements with various institutions. More details in report.
Officials of the Ministry of Labour and Social Affairs said in a program of explaining the one-year achievements of Emirate institutions that, within 1 year, they have been able to graduate 74,734 people from technical and vocational institutions according to the needs of the labour market, and also distributed work licenses to 122,136 domestic and foreign citizens.
In the past, the Ministry of Labour and Social Affairs has graduated 74,738 people from Emirati and non-Emirati technical center in the center and provinces.
According
to the ministry's officials, the level of unemployment has decreased in the past 1 year, through which the ministry has expanded the efforts to legally send Afghan workers abroad.
The visit of the acting Minister of Labour and Social Affairs to the royal government of Qatar and Russia regarding the issue of sending Afghan skilled workers abroad to reach an initial understanding with the country of Qatar, as well as discussion with the United Arab Emirates, and their lorry winter has been taken.
Officials add that for next year, they plan to follow the promises of the National Labour Conference in order to reduce the unemployment rate in the country, according to which 1.5 million people will be directly and indirectly employed.
In the field of work, in order to reduce the unemployment rate in the country, following the promise of the National Labour Conference, which have been promised, the project has been signed, which will be followed.
Transferring Afghan skilled and semi-skilled workers to foreign countries, supervising 19 private employment companies, distributing work licenses to 15 institutions engaged in the field of technical and vocational education, working with 68 national and international organizations to protect children, the signing of agreements for technical and vocational education and humanitarian aid are other achievements of this ministry.
The Ministry of Public Works has stated that basic construction of the Koshtepa-Darzab road in Jawzjan province worth about 1,400 million Afghanis. Muhammad Ashraf Haqshanas, the spokesman of the ministry, said that the road will be 51 kilometers long, starting from Koshtepa district of Jawzjan and reaching Darzab district of this province. 25 tons of bad quality and expired food items have been destroyed in Kabul city. The Ministry of Public Health has said that the Department of Environmental Health of the ministry has collected and destroyed 25 tons of expired and low-quality food items from different areas of Kabul city within 8 weeks. The works of clean water supply worth 3,500,000 Afghanis have been started in Zirtangi village of Sangatesh district of Badghis province. The officials of Badghis village development department say that this network is being built with the financial assistance of the IRC organization, and hundreds of families will benefit from clean drinking water. Our This Time news is ending in here. Thank you so much for watching.